welcome back to my channel and yet another video. Today I'm very excited because it's going to be a little different. I have a couple of new things I want to share with you, and they'll be setting up my budget for February 2020. So let's go ahead, let me show you what I'm excited about, and then we can go ahead and start. So on my previous video I said that I actually am planning on buying a cutting machine, a sticker cutting machine someday. So I have started designing my own stickers, and I want to share them with you because that is what I will be using. Although I've just printed on a normal glossy paper and then put some double-sided tape at the back, and then I'll be just trimming and sticking them down. But I just wanted to share with you what I have been able to design so far. So I have some thin washi. I also have this little tiny sticker thingy. I don't know what it's called but it consists of these tiny flags, these round things over here. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called, but I've seen other budgeting people here on YouTube using them, and I decided to make some of my own. Then I have my budget strips. I'll be using this today. And then I have also for my weekly check-in, I have these little cute tabs, of which I'll be using this for checking in different categories. And then I have a couple more flags and a little more of these cute boxes in different colors. I have a couple of hats and also some checklists. So if you like, also the last thing I did before I forget is I went ahead and printed these monthly scripts of all the way to December, and I'll be using one for each month until the end of this year. Maybe probably I will have a machine by then. If not, I'll just use this. So let's go ahead and we can start setting up. So I have gone ahead and already cut out my February 2021, and also, so what I'll do is I'll just pause here, go ahead and trim everything that I need, and then I'll come back and we can start setting up. So I'll just, for the sake of time, and I don't want this video to be too long, I'll just go ahead and peel everything, and then I'll meet you back here so that we can now start the setup. Okay, so now I'm ready, and for my thick washi, I'm just using a strip of my patterned paper with a little bit of double-sided tape on the back. I've gone against peeling everything because it might stick everywhere, and this is my first time doing this, so I'm like winging it. So let's just go ahead and place down the thick washi. So for my income, I have 3 sources of income. I have my full-time job, which I just write the initials, and then I have commissions from the same job, and then lastly I have a shop at Jumia, and hopefully one day I might have a shop on Etsy where I sell um, I sell my stickers. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section below. So again, for this I don't indicate any amount or the type status, so I'll just leave that as it is, and I'll just put my total sticker at the bottom. I think this is the point where I had on a little washi, I think. Yes, so I'll put one washi strip over here. A couple of things have changed for my budget setup for this month, and I will explain as I go. Next, I'll be indicating my spread for my expenses as well as my cash envelopes, and I designed just one strip for that to make things easier for me. So this is it. So my expenses, and my cash envelopes are in the same strip, so I'll just indicate them, and this is where the difference is going to come in. Like I mentioned in my week 5 budget weekly check-in, I encountered some problems and I was drawn into debt. So for this, beginning this month, I'll start paying off that debt. But I'll talk to more about it when I'm doing my debt payment plan setup. So for my expenses, I have electricity, and that I budget for 1,000 shillings. For this month, I will not be budgeting anything for my water because last month we paid in excess, so that amount is going to cover, because I've already gotten our bill, that amount is going to cover it. So I'll just go ahead and write water 0, because I just want to remember that I'm not paying anything for water. And then there is garbage, that is 200 shillings. Then there is chamas, then chamas is 5,000 shillings. Then there is tithe, and for my tithe I will leave blank. Moving on to the cash envelopes, the first one is going to be groceries, and that I budget for 4,000 shillings. Next is my fare, and for this month I'll be going lower on my fare so that I can have more money to pay off that debt much faster. Then for beauty, I have budgeted for 500 shillings. I will also not be putting aside any allowance for this month, but I just want to indicate allowance 0. And then you will notice some cash envelopes will be taken out, which I will explain in my cash envelope stuffing video, which will be coming shortly after this one. But some of the cash envelopes have been put aside for them at the moment, so that I can be able to pay that debt very fast as I can. Next is my debt, and I'll just finish up, and then at the end I will indicate how much I am going to be putting aside for debt. So I'll just take my other strip, just place it at the bottom, and what I want to do is I want to skip one line just in case there's something I've forgotten and I have enough space to just go ahead and put that down. So I'll just keep one line. Next, I will be doing my sinking funds. I have this little strip over here. It seems like a lot of work to peel back everything, but considering the lines I had to draw previously, I think this is much better. So I'll just go ahead and line it up with this, the bottom strip for the expenses and the cash envelopes, and I'll just write my sinking funds over there. So my first sinking fund is R, and like I mentioned in that week 5 check-in video, I spent some money from R and S, but I would be putting back money as soon as March, so that I can go back to the total amount that was in that cash envelope. But for my cash envelope stuffing, you will notice that I will not indicate that I've taken out that money, because I just want to be accountable to be able to return that money. So R will be getting 300, S will be getting 300 as well. Savings for this month will be getting 3. I need to confirm that, so I'll just cancel it and then clean it up later. So next is Christmas, and that will be getting 200. Birthdays will be getting 200 as well. Emergency, actually I think I'll just indicate that savings is going to get 0, so that when I'm doing my cash envelope stuffing, I will remember that I'll not be putting anything in that envelope. Then I will be putting the 100 shillings this month, and I think, and for my extra envelope, which like I said in my previous video, budgeting setup video, I use extra for my any unbudgeted accounts or amounts. But for this month, I think I will not be putting anything, so that I can at least pay off some debt. So I'll write 0, and I have to be careful this month so that I don't incur any extra expenses that I cannot cover according to my budget. Okay, so that is all I'll be putting into my sinking funds, and let me just close up that little slot over there. Go ahead and put it, trying to I'll just finish up with my, oh, there's a little tab that I'm forgetting over here, and I put this to help me when I am doing my cash envelope stuffing, so that I know how many notes of which particular value I need. So I just made a little breakdown thing over here, and I'll just place it over here. Let me see, yeah, just place it over here, and that will be used when I'm doing my cash envelope stuffing. And last thing that I'll do is do my payment breakdown. And I'll do my income, my expenses, my cash envelopes, sinking funds, and lastly and new, my debt. Let me just put down my final washes so that I can know how much debt I'll be putting in this month. So let me just do the totals, then find out how much I'm going to put in my debt. Again, of course, I'll do it off camera because my tithe as of now is private. So I will be putting in 6,700 for my debt, and I can go ahead and do the total for my cash envelopes. Plus 2, 5, plus 5, plus 4,000. So my cash envelopes are going to, let me just confirm that, 4,000 plus 2,500 plus 500 plus 6,700. So my cash envelopes are going to be a total of 13,700. Let's go ahead and do the total for our sinking funds. It's going to be 300 plus 300 plus 200 plus 200 plus 100. So my sinking funds are going to be a total of 1,100. And that is all I have for you for this video, where I'm setting up my February 2020 budget. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and that you enjoyed my little addition to my videos, where these little stickers. If you did, please consider subscribing, like, and follow me on my socials. That would be an encouragement that I should continue designing. Thank you so much for your time and for your support, and I will see you next time in my next video. Bye.